Some DC couples were so unexpected that even longtime fans are surprised to learn they happened. Heroes and villains, allies and enemies all found themselves in relationships that few would ever imagine becoming real. These stories left their mark in strange and unforgettable ways across the comics. If you enjoy discovering these hidden curiosities from the DC universe, make sure to hit the like button and share your thoughts in the comments. Do not forget to subscribe so you can keep up with every new video we bring, exploring the most surprising sides of your favorite characters. Dick Grayson and Zatanna found themselves drawn together in ways that went beyond friendship. Both were raised in performance worlds, him in the circus and her in stage magic. Their bond often surfaced in moments of vulnerability, where Dick's grounded charm balanced Zatanna's mystical presence. Fans of Young Justice saw how their chemistry created tender but fleeting connections. In comics, their relationship never became a central storyline, yet the undertones were there. They shared glances, small gestures, and an unspoken history that gave weight to every meeting. What made their romance so surprising was how naturally it could fit, even though it was rarely explored. This left readers wondering what might have happened if the two had fully embraced their feelings. Shazam and Stargirl shared a relationship that few expected, considering their very different lives. Billy Batson, hiding his true youth behind the power of Shazam, and Courtney Whitmore, full of determination and energy, grew close while serving in the Justice Society. Courtney became one of the rare people to know Billy's secret, which gave their bond unusual trust. Their connection was tender but short-lived, remembered more as a youthful spark than a lifelong commitment. For readers, the surprise came not from seeing heroes together, but from realizing how sincere their moments felt. It was one of those rare cases where two very different figures crossed paths at the right time, leaving a mark in both of their stories. The Son of the Penguin and Batgirl formed a pairing that many readers never expected to see. Barbara Gordon, always guided by her sense of justice, crossed paths with the son of one of Gotham's most notorious villains. The contrast alone was enough to raise eyebrows, as their worlds seemed completely incompatible from the beginning. Yet their connection briefly found ground. Their romance highlighted how complicated relationships can become in Gotham's chaotic landscape. Batgirl's role as a hero clashed with the legacy carried by Penguin's heir. The relationship was not long-lasting, but it left a curious footnote in her history. For many fans, it felt like one of the strangest matchups ever attempted, and one that still sparks debate among those who remember it. Nightwing and Tarantula had a complicated involvement that left readers divided. Dick Grayson, always known for his moral center, found himself in dark territory when Tarantula entered his life. She represented a side of Gotham that blurred justice with brutality, and their connection revealed a part of Dick rarely shown. It was raw, unsettling, and filled with tension. The pairing is remembered not as a healthy romance, but as a controversial storyline. It exposed vulnerabilities in Nightwing, forcing him to confront choices that clashed with his ideals. While brief, their time together remains unforgettable because of how much it challenged fans' perception of him. It stands as one of the most shocking chapters in his long history. Supergirl and Brainiac 5 shared a bond that crossed time and space. Kara, the Kryptonian hero, and Quirrell Dox, the Coluan of the Legion of Superheroes, became close allies who discovered deeper feelings. Their romance was surprising because it united two very different backgrounds, yet they found common ground in loyalty and determination. Together, they showed that love could thrive even across centuries and galaxies. It became a connection both fragile and powerful at once. Their relationship gave Kara a partner who valued her strength and compassion, while offering insights from the future. For Brainiac 5, it was a chance to connect with someone who balanced intellect with heart. Although not always a focus in continuity, their story proved that even unlikely pairs can create something memorable when given the chance. Fans still see them as one of the Legion's most heartfelt legacies. The romance often returns whenever time travel arcs unite them again. Arsenal and Cheshire's relationship was as volatile as it was captivating. Roy Harper, a hero with his own struggles, and Jaden Nguyen, a deadly assassin, seemed destined to clash. Instead, They formed an intense bond that led to the birth of their daughter, Leon. Their romance stood out because it embodied love and destruction intertwined in equal measure. It became a union marked by passion, tragedy, and impossible choices. For many, it showed how blurred the line is between love and danger. Despite their differences, moments of genuine affection shone through. Roy wanted stability while Jade lived in shadows, and that contrast created powerful drama. Their connection became a central part of Arsenal's growth as a character, reminding readers that love does not always follow clear paths. It was a romance that felt both doomed and unforgettable. The echoes of their story still shape both characters in modern DC tales. Their bond remains one of the most intense in comic history. Catwoman and Eiko Hasegawa shared a connection that often goes unnoticed in DC history. While Selina Kyle is known for her long and complicated ties to Batman, her interactions with Eiko created something fresh. Their relationship hinted at trust and intimacy, surprising fans who never expected Selina to open up in that direction. It became one of her quieter storylines. What made it striking was how naturally it seemed to develop. Instead of clashing motives, they built a partnership that went beyond crime and masks. Their moments together were subtle but meaningful, giving Catwoman depth outside her constant push and pull with Batman. For readers who came across this arc, it felt both surprising and refreshingly human. John Constantine and Abby Arcane represent one of the strangest connections in DC's supernatural stories. Abby, known for her deep bond with Swamp Thing, became entangled with Constantine under unusual circumstances. Their intimacy was less about passion and more about mystical necessity, as Constantine became a vessel in rituals that linked Abby to the Green. The unsettling nature of their bond made it memorable. Constantine, ever the manipulator of magic, found himself in a role that blurred lines between ally and intruder. Abby's story was forever tied to Swamp Thing, yet Constantine's presence left a scar. Their connection stands as one of DC's most uncomfortable and bizarre romances, remembered for its haunting implications. Supergirl and Lex Luthor once shocked fans by forming a brief romance. Kara, embodying hope and heroism, became entangled with one of Superman's greatest enemies. The idea of her caring for Lex seemed unthinkable, yet during certain arcs in the 90s, their relationship was presented as genuine attraction. It reflected how even heroes can be deceived by charm. The pairing highlighted how fragile trust can be when appearances mask darker truths. Lex used his charisma and false image as a philanthropist to gain Kara's trust. For readers, watching Supergirl drawn toward him felt deeply unsettling, as his true nature was always lurking beneath the surface. Their romance is remembered less for its tenderness and more for the controversy it stirred, cementing it as one of DC's strangest pairings. It remains a reminder that even the strongest heroes can fall into dangerous illusions. Alfred Pennyworth and Catwoman is a couple that still surprises fans who discover it. In old Golden Age stories, Alfred disguised himself as a character named Belinda, and during that plotline he shared romantic tension with Selina Kyle. While it was played partly for humor, the situation created a strange chapter in both of their histories. In one version, Alfred even donned a Batman costume to impress Belinda, revealing just how far he would go when smitten. For readers looking back, it feels like an odd relic from a different era of storytelling. Alfred, usually the steady presence behind Batman, briefly stepped into the role of suitor. Catwoman's involvement only added to the peculiarity, especially since she is forever tied to Bruce. The twist that Belinda was actually Selina Kyle surprises many. Some say that Alfred's attempt to punish her for toying with his heart is one of the weirdest footnotes in DC lore. That wraps up our look at some of the most surprising couples in DC history. Thanks for watching and spending your time with us. Remember to drop a like, leave a comment with your favorite unexpected pairing, and subscribe so you never miss our next video.